I do the opposite of what my mom says. Yeah, that's what we're looking at today, everyone. My Story Animated, I think, My Story Animated. It's not Storytime Animated. It's My Story Animated. I did one of these videos before, like back a few weeks ago or something, but I don't know. I just wanted to do one of these again, and also because I won't upload daily for the whole summer, you're gonna see a lot more of these kind of videos and a lot more of me stretching ideas and doing more kind of pointless videos because I'm uploading a lot more. I used to upload once a week on this channel back at the end of last year, guys. So be thankful. Let's go. Let's see this girl be a rebel.
I spent my whole life being told what to wear, how to act, and what to be when I grew up. My name is Sarah, and my parents were the absolute worst. They were always trying to control me. They were famous lawyers, and I was destined to be one too. While they were at work, I painted a picture of the three of us. And when they got home, my mom said, "What is this ugly painting?" My dad...
Oh my god. So much parents in these My Story anime videos are like this. This is like so unoriginal for the channel. Literally, like half the time the parents are like, okay, like half the time they're either normal or maybe overprotective, and then other like actually no, most of the time they're like this. They're really mean and all that, and I guess it just makes for interesting stories, I guess. But it's just kind of boring at this point.
Tore the picture up. This is a waste of time.
Why would you tear your daughter's picture up anyway? That is so rude.
And slammed the door in my face. My dad asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I want to go horseback riding. He blew up. What? How dare you? It's books or nothing. But I don't want to be a lawyer. They exploded. You'll be a failure if you don't go to law school. You'll end up just like those kids on the other side of town. They'd shower me with fancy clothes and expensive dinners to buy my obedience. When I was in the 7th grade, my parents started making me proofread their notes and court documents. For smart people, they really couldn't spell. And sometimes I made mistakes on purpose. I wanted to try being a normal girl for once. What's the worst that could happen? I came home with a temporary tattoo once, and my parents lost their minds.
What were you thinking? You just shot yourself in the foot right there. Like, do you even know your own parents? Like, I even me, after watching this video for like a minute, already knows how they're gonna react. Like, come on.
I get tattoos more than anything. Lawyers don't have tattoos. I was just having fun for once. I ran up to my room and slammed the door. I just decided to follow their rules, not because I like them or anything. It's just because I want them to let me live in peace, until I met a gorgeous boy. His name was Tyler. He played guitar and loved video games. Tyler was kind of a dork, but in a cute way. He even played in his own band. But our first meeting didn't go so well. He tried talking to me one day in between classes. "Hey, Sarah," was all he said. I slapped him. "Don't talk to me. I didn't mean it."
Who does that? Who slaps someone after they just saying, "Hey"? Was it the way he said it?
I felt so bad because he wasn't popular like me and my friends. My parents would kill me if they found out about him. He never talked to me after that incident. I was sure he hated me. One day after school, Tyler
just slapped him. And he just said hi. Oh my God.
On the bleachers and practicing guitar. Whatever he was playing sounded beautiful. He caught me listening to him from behind the snack bar. He got nervous and stood to walk away. I yelled out, "Wait, don't stop. I swear, I'm not gonna slap you this time." But he kept going. I tried to chase after him, but my high heels made it hard to run. I took them off and ran barefoot after Tyler. I could tell he was surprised.
I don't even care. Like, why? I don't get it.
Once I caught up to him. What?
Why are you caring this time?
Why are you talking to me? Is this some sort of prank? I thought I wasn't cool enough for you. I like your music, really. You're such a good guitar player, I answered, and I meant it. We stood in silence for a moment. We didn't know what to say to each other, so I blurted out, "Can you teach me?" He smirked. "Your dad is gonna kill me, you know. Forget about him. He's stupid."
How does he know? How does he know? Did she say that she told him? Did I just not hear that part of the story? Because I don't remember him knowing, right? Did she tell him?
Let's just go back to your place. Tyler agreed, and we met up every Tuesday and Thursday after school for secret guitar lessons on the bleachers. I knew my parents wouldn't approve. I told them I was working with my history teacher to learn about famous 19th century court cases. They were impressed and didn't question it. Tyler had an extra guitar he let me borrow for lessons, but I didn't dare bring it home. He even let me borrow a few CDs of his favorite bands to listen to for inspiration. My parents were not the musical type. When I would sing Happy Birthday, my mom would cover her ears. Stop, you're giving me a headache. I wasn't bad at guitar. I wasn't good either. But it was never about being good or bad. It was about doing something that I wanted to do. Something that made me happy for once. One day, my mother decided to call the school and personally thank my history teacher for helping me with my studies. Of course, he didn't have a clue what she was talking about. She drove to the school and caught me and Tyler on the bleachers. She marches right up, ripped the guitar.
Did these stories always end with like the daughter running away from home and like starting a new life in a new city? I bet it's gonna like end up like that.
Out of my hands and smashed it over the metal steps.
Cool.
How dare you lie to me, Sarah? She turned her attention on Tyler. Don't you dare come near my daughter again. I'd had enough. I wasn't about to let her treat Tyler the way she treated me. Get away from him, I screamed and pushed her away. To my horror, she lost her balance and tumbled down the bleachers, landing on the dirt below. I felt terrible and ran down to her immediately, saying I was really sorry. But she just brushed me aside and yelled, "Have fun walking home." And with that, she stormed off.
What would Tyler been thinking? He's just like, he'd probably just get his popcorn and just like, oh yeah, cool, I get a free movie to watch. This is so cool. I love when I love mother/daughter movies and relationships. I love this. Get to see one in real life. It's gonna be so cool.
Life got worse after that. When my father found out, he screamed at me. "You're not allowed to see any of your friends ever again." He took all my CDs and stomped on them till they were tiny little pieces. One night, after not seeing Tyler for almost 2 weeks, I got a text from him. He asked if I wanted to come and see his band, the Cadets, play at a house party across town. I sent back an enthusiastic yes.
It's not gonna go well.
Later that evening, I pretended to go to bed early. But instead, I snuck out of my bedroom window, hopped onto my bicycle, and went off to the given address. I got to the party and stuck out like a sore thumb in my pink top. Everyone was wearing torn t-shirts and tight jeans. A rock band was playing loudly in the living room. I recognized a few kids from my high school, but none of them wanted to talk to me. It was pretty obvious I didn't fit in. "Hey, Sarah." Tyler ran over, tripped, and spilled his drink on my cute top. I was mortified, but Tyler laughed and grabbed my hand. "Follow me." He walked into the kitchen where it was a little less crowded. He reached into a box and shuffled around for a bit. Finally, he pulled out a t-shirt for me to change into. I stared down at my stained pink top. I grabbed a lighter off the table and set it on fire. "Burn, burn, burn," I screamed. "Easy there. Give it to me." Tyler threw the shirt in the bin. Then he grabbed his guitar and hurried out of the kitchen. He got on stage in the living room with the rest of his band. Everyone was dancing and singing along. The Cadets were actually really good. They might actually make it big one day. It was the greatest night of my life. Tyler drove me home and kissed me goodnight. It was my first kiss, and it was amazing. I had the best night's sleep ever. But the next morning, I was rudely woken up by my mom's screams. "What's this?"
Oh my god, man. Duh.
She had found the Cadet's shirt in the laundry. "Where is the pink top I got you for your birthday?" I set it on fire. It was uncool, just like you. "Oh, yeah?" She took my Cadet shirt downstairs and threw it in the oven. "Let's see how well this holds up at 400 degrees. I tried to open the oven door, but my mother held it shut. "Please, please, Tyler gave that to me. I told you, I don't want you seeing that boy. Now go to your room and study. I can't wait to go to college. I can't wait to be away from you and this house. I stormed off and slammed my door. College was only a few weeks away. Even if it meant I wouldn't see Tyler again, at least I'd get away from my parents. But I could never really get away from them. I met all sorts of new people at college, but I only focused on my classes and didn't make any friends. I could always hear my father's voice in my head. How is making friends going to get you into the country's best law program?
Don't listen to him. Why are you listening to him? You hate him, right?
My parents told me I wasn't even allowed to get a job. They wanted nothing to distract me from my studies, so they gave me a credit card to take care of my expenses. The only thing I'd really started enjoying was studying at a quiet little cafe I'd discovered. But Dad even found a way to ruin that for me, sitting hundreds of miles away. I didn't give you a credit card to spend hundreds of dollars on coffee. Stay in your dorm to study. One morning, I noticed a help wanted sign on the front door of the cafe. I marched up to the counter and, instead of ordering my usual coffee, I asked for an application. The job was easy. It was fun even. Making my own money felt so good. And I also realized something. I didn't want to pour coffee for the rest of my life, but owning my own cafe sounded...
How is the parents going to find out about this thing? They're obviously going to find out. You're dull.
It's really cool. I went to pay my family a visit on the weekend, and for a change, I was actually looking forward to it. The minute we sat down for dinner at a fancy restaurant, the questions started pouring in. How's school? How are your grades? Even Grandma chimed in. Where are you going to get a job? As I cut up my steak, I casually replied, Oh, Grandma, I already have a job at a coffee shop. They stared at me like I'd lost my mind.
Oh my
What
God,
are you doing,
you
wasting...
stupid? Why did you tell them? What kind of person does that? Like, you're like in college now. You're like decently, like, even I wouldn't do this, and I'm 12. I'm 13. And I'm probably not the smartest of people, but come on. Just, what are you trying to do? Oh no.
Time in a coffee shop. How's that going to help you become a lawyer? I looked Dad straight in the eye. It won't, because I'm not going to be a lawyer. Dad went ballistic and smashed his plate onto the floor. Everyone in the restaurant was staring at us, but he didn't seem to care. Are you crazy? We spent so much money on you and gave you everything, and you just want to throw your life away? I'm going to cut off your allowance. I didn't scream back. I stood up and took his credit card out of my wallet. Then I snapped it in half and walked out of the restaurant. They would never control me again. I went back to college and reconnected with Tyler. We met up for a cup of coffee at my favorite place. He told me that the cadets were playing a few towns over and needed a tour manager. And even though the opportunity to travel the world seemed really exciting, I wanted to complete my degree and save up for my coffee shop. So I turned his offer down, but we started dating. We got married a few years later, and he was my biggest support in setting up my dream cafe. To this day, I run the most popular cafe in the city. Even my parents eventually forgave me, and they sometimes stop by for coffee in between court dates. People from all walks of life come through my doors, each with a unique dream or goal. Here in my little coffee shop, I hope they make their dreams come true.
Okay, that's it. The parents forgave her at the end for some reason. I don't know why. They seemed really, really angry, but it doesn't matter. Hopefully next time maybe I can do something more interesting, because I know this might not be the most interesting videos, but whatever. Okay. I think maybe the first one's a bit more interesting when she was like a girl for like... She was pretending to be a girl. That was pretty fun. This one was just kind of like normal. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please smash the like button. I mean, like, I deserve it. Come on, guys. Like, see you next time.